Well, it's Tom's Corner, everyone. Welcome in. I'm Brian Hawkins, and the man himself just back from Virginia from the AER conference, Tom Persky. Good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How's it going?
It goes great. It goes interesting. And I'm interested in knowing what happened at the conference.
Well, the AER is our professional organization. E stands for educators and R for rehabilitation specialists, and who work with the blind and visually impaired. And this is the first conference that we've had that is all about older adults and vision loss. A lot of times we have to share the stage with teachers who work with kids and figure out what sessions we want to go to. But every session was about seniors and older adults, which is, of course, most of the people that we help. We help people here at the Chicago Lighthouse, of course, with all ages, but because of macular degeneration, being the number one cause of vision loss, that's the biggest amount of people that we see. So instead of the teenagers, I call them the keenagers. Yeah. But, there's some statistics is pretty amazing. There's about 3 million people in the United States who have low vision, and so we talk about low vision, meaning with your glasses on, you're not able to do everyday living tasks like read the mail or see the thermostat on the wall, those kinds of things. And it's really getting to, they say by 2030, it's going to be like 5 million people. By 2050, it's going to be like 9 million people. So because of the aging population in our country, this is a concern that we all have of how to serve more and more people with vision loss. One of the speakers at the conference was very inspirational. It was her name, Commissioner Janet Lebrecht, and Janet herself is visually impaired, and she grew up in going to high school, having to be severely visually impaired, but she decided it wasn't going to stop her. She was a track star, actually, and she actually became a national champion. And it was interesting because she's advocating for, one of her talks was about young people who are in school and are actually being discriminated against. For instance, when she went to college, they told her that she couldn't participate on the track team because she might get in the way of people. And she said, wait a minute, I am the national champion. No one's going to be in my way because they're all going to be behind me. Which she got, of course, a big laugh about that. And she had a couple of stories that were very similar to my story of growing up. And she talked about her first CCTV. She said it was like a small furnace, which I thought was a really good line. But Janet Lebrecht was appointed the commissioner of the Massachusetts Commission for the Blind, and now under the Obama administration, she is now the federal, what's called Rehab Services Administration commissioner, and so she's going to be working on a lot of issues about employment and services for the blind and visually impaired. But I did have a tear in my eye listening to her, and we all rose to give her a standing ovation at the conference, which was really, really cool.
I bet.
Yeah, very inspiring. So if you get to hear about Janet Lebrecht, you'll know who that is now. I thought I'd tell you some more new things that I found out about. One I think is pretty cool. It's those of you who know what the Hadley School for the Blind is.
Course, right.
Yeah, in Winnetka. And they do programs and services for blind and visually impaired people all over the world through correspondence. And anyway, they developed a new low vision series of lectures or recordings about very useful topics. And this is all free to the consumers. And instead of signing up like you're going to be a student, you can just simply make a phone call and they'll take your name and so forth. And there's several ways that you can listen to these courses. Either if you have a computer, you can actually go right online and watch the course. Or if you have, let's say, a talking book player, they can send that to you either on a CD or on one of the little digital book players. And this is all free. Again, that you're allowed to keep it after they send it to you. But it has some pretty interesting topics. They talk about, making life more livable, use of how to organize your kitchen, how to do some tricks and tips on low vision cooking, some of the basic ways that you can tactily mark some of the appliances around your home and be able to use markings to do that. These are things, of course, that our services here at the Lighthouse provide, but sometimes I think it's better to also just find out as much as you possibly can from little courses like this that come out that are new. And I think Hadley School's done a really good job. We have been watching their videos on, it's called iFocus, the letter I, focus, videos on how to use the iPhone or the iPad or even the new iPod Touch. And those are kind of nice too. So they're putting together all these resources for people. And we always like to let people know what other resources are available, in the community, even if they're here for low vision services and they've seen an occupational therapist. But what other things can you do? They have a course called Looking Your Best, and just tricks and tips on doing that. Keeping your prescriptions for older adults all manageable, which is such an important part of safety and being healthy and things like that.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. So the Hadley School will be able to receive your call, and the number probably to call, the best number would be toll free, 855-830-5355. So let me say it again, 855-830-5355, and they're going to take your name and information, and then you'll be automatically registered, and they'll keep your name and information all confidential. So that's part of it.
Yeah, it sounds like a nice course for folks.
Yeah, it really will be.
Now, unfortunately, no more road shows. So
we are done with the road shows. Wow,
for a while anyway.
We made it for a while, and it's hard with the weather changing.
Right.
People are not coming out as much as they want as they can, and so we'll see a lot of people in the spring, starting in March again.
Okay.
We've had quite a road show. 30. I think we did 35 shows this year in many locations around the suburbs, sponsored by the Lions, help from companies like Humanware. And so we're always keeping up with what's new, and we met lots of new people this year, over 600 people that we figured we would not have met had we gone out into the suburbs. But we actually served well over 2,500 people in our road shows this last year.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So that's good. But people can still come into either location if they want to get information about some of the products that we have.
They can. They can go to the store here at 1850 West Roosevelt. Also, call us if you have questions, 1-800-919-3375. Or Glenview, of course, is our Chicago Lighthouse North, and they're doing real well up there, and lots of things happening. So Glenview is 222 Waukegan Road. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and their phone number is 847-510-6200.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll anxiously await the 2016 Roadshow tour. So
exactly.
Take a few months off to rest.
And I found lots of products when I was there. So in our upcoming shows, I'm going to talk about all the things that are new that it's kind of fun when I see these companies. They have like one in the whole United States, and then I get to see it first. So it's kind of fun, and I'll be talking about those.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that. And you can look forward to hearing Tom Persky again next week. I'm Brian Hawkins. This is The Beacon.